Well, on the ice, there was a 5-on-5 fight. Herb Ragland had ran into Clint Malarchuk, and Clint literally flipped up, landed on his head. 5-on-5 on the ice, and we're all on the bench and we're watching it. And all of a sudden, partway through, you look up and here's this guy sitting on the glass behind the bench, and John Muckler says, "I'll get him," because we're all like, "Look." John Muckler says, "I'll get him." Grabs a stick. And he was going to poke the guy back into the stands to get him down. But just as he got there, the guy jumped into the bench. We grabbed on him from the bench, threw him onto the ice just to get him out.
Okay.
He jumps up off the ice and comes running back and tries jumping into the bench again. And it just happened to be right where I got lined up for him. And I had the guy by the hair laying on the top of the boards, and I hit him 18 times, I think it was. And by then the cops come out. And the cops are jumping on this guy trying to wrestle him. And I let him go, and I had a ball of hair in my hand, my left hand. I'd stopped hitting with my right because it got so sore. And but anyways, they dragged the guy off, and you look, and here's these bullets laying all over the ice that had fallen out of one of the cops' holsters or whatever it was at the time. They got to go back out, pick up all the bullets. And you sit there, literally stood on the bench, and you looked over the Quebec bench, and they're like, "What the hell just happened? Like, what's going on there?" All you hear is the guy down the hallway just screaming his head off. I don't know what they were doing to him down there, and that was it. And once they got it all cleared up, they dropped the puck and kept playing, and that was over.
Did anything ever come up with it though? Or?
Nah, I think I got like a $4,000. I don't know if it was not a fine, but charged because they had to deal with some stuff. And back then, teams were so cheap they wouldn't take care of it. So whatever they had to pay and they take it off your paycheck. But that was it. Never got a penalty. Never got a fine, or I guess it was fine, $4,000. But that was it. Nothing.
Now, were you like?
Oh, go ahead, Plum.
Were you hauling off on him, or like were you holding?
Oh, I was hitting him as hard as I could. As long as my hand got so sore that I stopped. I stopped because it got sore. So give the guy credit. He took a punch.
Oh, 18 in 4.4 seconds, I think.
On the boards and getting hit. There was no gift. But I tell you, he had a lot less hair when he was done because I'm telling you, the ball was like a softball in my hand of hair.